Welcome to Dataflows. I hope you are doing very well. In this lecture, I will show you demo on Dataflow Gen2 in Microsoft Fabric Data Factory. So before beginning, I request you viewer to please subscribe this channel and like this video if you find this video helpful to you. Now let's start by what is Dataflow Gen2. Dataflow Gen2 in Data Factory enable the data transformation within a pipeline, offering a visual interface like Power Query Online for variety of operations before loading data into destination. You can say it is a basically Power Query Online which provide a visual interface to perform transformation tasks. So let's switch to Microsoft Fabric and see demo on Microsoft. Let's switch to Microsoft. So let's switch to Microsoft Fabric and see demo on Dataflow Gen2. So here I'm in the home page of Microsoft Fabric, and you can see here we have a warehouse and lakehouse. In lakehouse we have a demo file Citibike tip data. I will put this demo file in description box. You can copy from there link and download and do practice as we do in this video. So we have a Citibike tip data for September, October and November. We want to combine all these three files and load into this warehouse and some do transformation using Dataflow Gen2. So let's click here Data Factory workspace. We have only one workspace, Data Factory workspace, and we using here data engineering experience. So click on this Data Factory and you can see a new item tab. Click here to create Dataflow Gen2. Click here to create new Dataflow Gen2, and now you can see here Power Query Online. If you familiar with Excel and Power BI, then you also familiar with Power Query Online. So here is the home tab of all this familiar to you. If not familiar, no issue. I will give demo on this. So this is the get data. You can get data from the source, and this is the destination tab, and here is the some transformation. Choose column, remove column, keep row and other filter, transformation filter. You can also see here separate tab of transformation tab and add tab. This tab used for adding the column into data, source data, and you can see here visual interface, query setting, and you can also must be click on this to see diagram view. Okay, and this is the help tab. So let's get back to home tab and click here to create connection from source. Click here more, and now you can see the number of connection. Click here more to see all connection available for source. Okay, so let's search here lakehouse. I want to use here lakehouse, Microsoft Fabric lakehouse. You can see also Snowflake, Azure Data Lake Storage and other sources. So click here lakehouse. Next, I want to use here Data Factory tutorial lakehouse. This Data Factory is my workspace in which we have a tutorial lakehouse and we have a file. So let's use here demo file, and in demo file we have a Citibike trip data subfolder, and in subfolder we have a Citibike file which is comma separated file. So let's create here connection. Let's also rename here Dataflow Gen2. You can click here and rename demo Dataflow Gen2 demo. Okay, enter, and this is the query, and you can also see here step. Okay, so this is the navigate to file. If you click here to see data available in September file, so you can see here September file. Okay, start by 9/1/2024. So if you want to delete, click here. Here I am in the beginning tab, and if you want to delete until this diagram, then click here and delete until end. Delete this. I want to combine all this file. If you not see diagram view, you can go to here view tab and click here diagram view. If you uncheck this, then you cannot see diagram view. Again I like this diagram view, so I check here diagram view. Okay, and I want to copy and combine all these files, so copy 3 times. This is September. Click here and rename September. This is October, and this is November. Okay, so go to here September tab and use here table September. This is 9 2024 09 trip data. So click here. Now you can see September data in here. Now go to October and click here this October tab. This is query view, and click here, and this is November table. Okay, now click here three dot, and you can see here append query as a new. So click here append query as a new to combine all these steps, and we have more than two tables. So click here three or more table, and now click here October add, no, November add. Now click OK to combine all these three data. Now here is the combine tab. Now if you want to change data type, click here to change other data type. If you want to change date time to date, you can click here. You can do some transformation. Okay, and let's suppose we want to remove this column. So let's click here and remove column. Okay, let's suppose we want to remove all these column. So shift and select all these column and click anywhere and remove other column. And if you want to redo, then click here and redo. Okay, so let's suppose we want to remove this column. So select all and remove. Now you can also redo from here. If you click here to get back to previous step. Okay, now we can do here transformation, and this is the diagram view. Okay, so we combine here these three files and append this into one table. Now let us suppose we want to load this data into warehouse. So let's get back to home tab, and you can see here add data to destination. So click here. We want to load in warehouse. This is Microsoft Fabric warehouse. So click here. I also want to tell you something here. Only support only 5 connection for now: Lakehouse, Warehouse, SQL database, Azure SQL database, and Azure Data Explorer, which is Testo. So we want to load in warehouse, and source is Lakehouse. Now I want to load in warehouse. So click here. Next, I want to load in training warehouse. You can see a training warehouse and select this, and let's use table name. So let's rename it, appropriate name it, give it Citibike trip data and demo Dataflow Gen2. Okay, next, now we want to replace. You can also do here append. We create here first time table, and this is the structure of table. Okay, and fix a schema. You can do here dynamic schema for existing table. Okay, so save this setting. You can also add destination by clicking here setting. Okay, now you can see here publish button. So click here to publish this Dataflow Gen2. Now you can see here Dataflow Gen2 demo, and this is now published. After publish, you can see here refresh date and time. So let's wait for publishing and refresh. You can see here still refreshing. Now this is refresh date and time. You can see here circle for refreshing. Now Dataflow Gen2 demo refresh is completed for, and this is the time. Okay, now let's switch to warehouse, training warehouse. This is warehouse, and you can see here table name which we create using Dataflow Gen2, Citibike trip data Dataflow Gen2 demo. Okay, so this is table created and combine all these three files from Lakehouse. Okay, all these files combine and load into warehouse. You can query as well. Let's suppose we want to query, use here query select star, means selecting all row and all column from this table, and you can click here and insert into canvas, and let's only want to top 10. Click here to run this table. Okay, so that's all about in this video. If you find this video helpful to you, please subscribe the channel and like this video. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. See you in next video. Thank you.